Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to draft and cut this stylish asymmetric overbust and underbust corset. This underbust corset was inspired by Precious Apparel here, as you can see on the screen, and Style by Chrissy will be recreating this beautiful stylish asymmetric underbust and overbust corset by drafting and cutting. Okay, if it sounds like something you're interested to learn, keep on watching and let's get started.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves. It's perfect timing now. We fueled the flames, but we're still.
Welcome back, guys. So right now, this is my pattern paper. It's on a fold already. So I'm going to place my tape. The length I'll be making use of is 20 inch. I came down by my bust point of 9.5, my under bust of 12.5, my waistline of 15 inch, and the top length is 20 inches. All right. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on both sides and make a straight line with the dot I already marked. All right. After marking this straight line, I went ahead and labeled the first line as my bust point, second line the under bust, waistline and top length. Once I'm through with that, I'm going to come up from the bust point by 2 inch. This will serve as my chest line. I made a straight line and also labeled as well. So on the shoulder line, I marked half of my shoulder circumference, did the same thing on the chest line. I connected the point in a straight line as you can see. And I also came down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. Then I divided what I had here on the armhole. I marked it, marked the midpoint, and also come inside by half an inch. On the chest line, I marked quarter of the bust circumference. I went ahead to connect my armhole curve like this, okay? So I also mark 3 inch for the neck width. This is just for a guide, and I also connect my shoulder slope to that point. I also label as shoulder line as you can see. The next thing I want to do again is on the bust point, I'll mark half of my nipple to nipple, which is 3.5. My nipple to nipple is 7 inch, okay? Divided by 2 is 3.5. I went ahead to mark from there and I connected a straight line from the chest line down to top length. I also came down by 2 inch and I made a round neckline. Note that this is for a guide, okay? It's just for a guide. All right, we're not going to be needing this neckline. You get. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to measure what I have there. You can see I have just 4 inch. I marked half of it, which is 2 inch. I'm going to connect from there to the chest line. You connect it to the chest line like this, okay? Once I'm through with that, next thing I want to do is to use a similar method of drafting a boosted pattern to achieve this stylish asymmetric corset. Okay, so what I did here was to mark half an inch on the side going towards the center front. I marked half inch from the under bust to the top length. I went ahead to connect like so. Okay, so on the side going towards the armhole side, that is this other side here, I marked just 1.5 inch. You get from the underbust down to the top length. I went ahead also to make a straight line just like this. Can you see? So after I was done with this straight line, next thing I want to do is to connect from the underbust to my bust point using a curve rule. This is the curve rule here. So I place like so, then make a curve for the cup. All right, just like this on both sides. Okay, so after I was done with this, the next thing I want to do is to repeat everything I have here on this other side. I'm going to go ahead now to mark whatever I have there. I'm going to input it to this other side. Okay, so I've gone ahead to transfer everything I have there on this other side, as you can see. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is to make a bust dart. Okay, so for the bust dart, I will use my back half length. My front half length is 15 inch. My back half length is 13 inch. Okay, so 2 inch was out already. So I marked the 2 inch there. So this is how you make your bust dart. This is how you get your accurate measurement or inches for your bust dart. Do you get what I'm saying here? So after I was done with all of this, I'm going to make use of this front center line. So from the front center line, I came up by 3 inch and I will connect from there to this point of that leg. Do the same thing on the other side, as you can see. Do you get what I'm saying, or am I being so fast? I said you are going to come up on that center line there by 3 inch, then connect from there to the both that leg, as you can see me doing here. So after I was done with that, I'm going to fold my pattern paper back again on a fold. So I'm going to take my measurement. So I marked quarter of my bust circumference plus 1.5 inch for allowance. On the waistline, I marked quarter of my waist circumference. I will add 1.5 inch for my sewing allowance and replace the dart of 2 inch. That is what I have there. I'm going to connect from the bust to the top length just like this, then I'll go ahead and cut it out. Do you get? Just watch what I'm doing here. After cutting, the next thing I want to do again is to go ahead and label. I'm going to label again, do the same thing on this other side, as you can see. So I'm going to open it up again. I'll open the pattern paper like so. Then I'm going to snatch the waist area. Okay, so I divide what I had there by 2. I mark the midpoint. I'm going to place my tape, then I'll connect a straight line from that point to the chest line. Okay, I'm going to also subtract 1/2 inch on both sides, okay, for the waist cinching. So I'm going to connect from that point to that other point. Can you see what I just did here? Then I'll connect from the underbust to the waistline. All right, I'll repeat the same method on this other side. You are going to divide whatever you have there by 2, make a straight line and come outside by 1/2 inch on both sides. Connect from the waistline to that point and also connect from the underbust to the waistline. This is for the waist cinch. I'm taking out 4 inch for this. I'm going to take the remaining inches from the back pattern paper. Okay, so what I did next was to slash through the first that leg I have. All right, I slash from there to the bust point, and I'm also going to slash this side dart. Okay, so I want to, cover the side dart. I want to cover it up. Okay, so that's why I slashed the dart leg I already marked. So I'm going to cover the side dart like so, and I'll use my masking tape to hold them in place, just like this. All right, so this was what I had here after I was done. So you're going to cover your side dart. After that, you're going to come down here by 1 inch on the armhole. So on this other line, you're going to place your tape and come down by 3.5 inch. From the 3.5 inch, I'll measure what I have there to the underbust. I have almost 8.2. All right, so that is very cool. You come down from the shoulder by 3.5 inch, then go ahead and connect like so. Okay, make your curve. We are making the asymmetric shape we have on the armhole side. Okay, this is what we are making here, and we are going to also connect from that point to the underbust. Okay, you place your curve ruler like so, then go ahead and connect. All right, connect like so. Can you see what I did here? Go ahead and connect. You're going to stop this on the that leg of your underbust. Come again on this armhole side and come down by 1 inch. Connect from the 1 inch to the underbust of this side. Okay, just like this. Can you see? So if you join this together here, you can see what we have. It's on the same line, as you can see. Next thing I want to do is to come down on the hemline, go up by 1 inch on the hemline, repeat the same thing on this other side. After that, use your straight ruler to connect from there to the dart leg. Repeat the same thing on this other side, just like this. So after I was done with this, next thing I want to do now is to cut it out. This is very simple to cut. All right, just watch how I'm cutting this so you don't make mistake when cutting yours. Okay,
We were traveling mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we couldn't hide, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, saw me laying under palm
after cutting, I'll go ahead and label as front side 1, front side 2, front side 3, front side 4, and front side 5. Okay, also give arrows, I mean directions on how to join them. That's the arrows you should give, just like this. All right. So after I was done with all of this is all for the cutting of the front piece. We are going to move into the cutting of the back piece. Okay. The back piece is very simple to draft and cut. As you can see, I've already marked my basic bodice for the back. Okay. The shoulder slope was 1 inch. I also made my armhole curve. I came down by 1.5 inch for the round neckline of the back piece. This is for a guide. So I also marked half of my nipple to nipple and I marked half an inch on both sides. Went ahead to connect like so. You get. So the next thing I want to do now is to include my basic my bust circumference and waist circumference. Okay. So I marked quarter of my bust circumference plus 1.5 inch allowance. On the waistline, I marked quarter of my waist circumference plus 1.5 inch for the allowance. I also replaced the dart. Okay. So the same thing I will have on the top length. I'm going to use my stretch ruler to connect from there to my top length. Alright. After I was done with this, next thing I want to do is to cut it out just like this, and after cutting I'm going to make my waist cinching. You get. So for the waist cinching, I'm going to place my tape like so. I have 6 inch there. I'm going to divide the 6 inch by 2. I mark 3 inch. I'll repeat the same thing on the top length. I mark 3 inch. I'll use my stretch ruler to make a straight line from the top length to the chest line just like this. I'm going to come out by half on each of both sides for the waist cinching. You get. So I'll go ahead and connect like so. Can you see? So this means I took away 4 inch for the waist cinching, both on the front piece and back piece. So guys, the back we have a lacing bar. So for that, I'm marking 2 inch for the back opening. Right. After marking, I will connect a straight line just like this. Okay, so after connecting, you can see what I have here. So from the armhole, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and on this side, the center back, I will come up from the chest line by half an inch. Okay, so remember we came down by 1 inch on the armhole side while drafting the front pattern paper. So the same thing we did here at the front pattern. Okay, so the half an inch here, it depends on how high you want the neckline to be, and on the side of the hem I marked 1 inch. Okay, I came up by 1 inch and I connected to the that leg. Can you see? Just like we did on the front pattern. So after I was done with all of this, I went ahead to cut it out. You can decide to lower your back neck. Okay, you can decide to come up by the half an inch I did, or you come down by 2 inch or 1 inch. Depends on how low or high you want your back neckline to be. Do you get? So after cutting, I will label our center back 1, side back 2, side back 3, and also give directions or arrows on how to join them. Alright, so this is where your loops will be sitting. Can you see? Do not forget to give arrows or directions on how to join this. Do you get? So this is all for the drafting and cutting of a stylish asymmetric overbust and underbust corset. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. There is no sewing tutorial for this video. You can go ahead and cut exactly what you see here and sew. All right, thank you and bye.